Football transfers don't just make clubs spend money, they make football fans completely lose their minds. No, seriously. The transfer window opens, and suddenly everyone becomes a professional football journalist. Trust me, it's done. Done, according to who? My cousin follows a guy on X. Ah, a truly reliable source. Then another fan replies, "No chance, he's staying." 30 minutes later, a third person arrives with breaking news from an account that was created yesterday. Here we go. Now, everyone believes it. Think about it. The player hasn't said anything. The club hasn't said anything. The manager hasn't said anything. But football fans are already arguing like the contract was signed in their own living room. And somehow, every transfer has 5 different stories at the same time. Medical completed. No, negotiations collapsed. No, personal terms agreed. No, another club hijacked the deal. Nobody knows what's happening. Yet everybody speaks with absolute confidence. Because during the transfer window, facts become optional. Rumors become reality. And football fans happily believe both. Now let's talk about the most dangerous sentence in football. Here we go. The moment those 3 words appear, the entire internet loses its mind. Fans are celebrating. Fans are crying. Some people are already ordering the player's new shirt. Wait a second. The man hasn't even held the jersey yet. The funniest part. One reporter says the deal is done. Another says negotiations are still ongoing. A third says the player has changed his mind. And football fans somehow believe all 3. Then comes the classic line. The medical is tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. Nothing happens. Oh. Slight delay. Another tomorrow. Still nothing. Then suddenly someone posts. The deal is off. 5 minutes later, the deal is back on. It's like watching your friends break up and get back together every single day. And football fans keep refreshing their phones every 10 seconds, hoping for another update. Be honest, half the excitement of football isn't even the football anymore. It's watching millions of people panic over a player who's probably just relaxing on holiday while everyone else argues about where he'll play next. And then there are the transfer experts. You know the ones. They'll tell you exactly how much a player is worth. He's not worth 100 million euros. Oh yeah, what do you think he's worth? About 63.7 million euros. Really? Did you negotiate the deal yourself? Football fans throw transfer fees around like they're spending their own money. Never pay that much. Easy to say when it's not coming out of your bank account. Then another fan joins in. That's a bargain. A bargain? The club just spent enough money to buy a small island. But apparently that's a bargain now. And here's the funniest part. If the player signs, what an unbelievable transfer. If the same deal falls through, we never wanted him anyway. Wait, yesterday you had already photoshopped him into your club's kit. Now you're pretending you never liked him. Football fans can change their opinion faster than a transfer deadline. One rumor, they're celebrating. The next rumor, they're calling the sporting director useless. And somehow, by the end of the window, everybody claims they knew exactly what was going to happen, even though they spent the entire month being wrong. Then comes deadline day, the greatest reality show football has ever produced. Nobody eats. Nobody sleeps. Everyone is just staring at their phone, waiting for one sentence. Official. Every 5 minutes someone posts. Big announcement coming. What announcement? Nobody knows. But somehow, 50,000 people are already celebrating. Then the cameras appear outside the training ground. Fans zoom into every passing car. Was that him? No, that's just the groundskeeper. Then, a private jet lands. That's it. The internet explodes. He's here. Hold on. The plane could be carrying a tourist. It could be carrying a businessman. It could be carrying someone's grandmother. Football fans don't care. If a plane lands during the transfer window, apparently it's carrying the club's next superstar. And don't forget the famous airport photos. And let's not forget the fans who suddenly become financial experts. The moment a transfer fee is announced. Oh, that's terrible business. Really? The closest you've ever come to negotiating a contract was asking for a discount at the market. Now you're explaining amortization like you work in the club's finance department. We should have paid it in installments. We need performance bonuses. Add a sell on clause. Listen, yesterday you didn't even know what a release clause was. Now you're throwing around football business terms like you've been running transfers for 20 years. What always happens? Your club spends £80 million on a player. What a smart investment. Your biggest rival spends £80 million on someone else. What a complete waste of money. Same price, same market, different badge, different opinion. It's funny how transfer fees only become outrageous when another club is paying them. Because for football fans, money isn't measured in pounds or euros. It's measured by which club is spending it. Now here's my favorite part. The unveiling. After weeks of rumors, countless exclusive reports, and about 17 fake transfer updates, the player finally signs. He walks out holding the new shirt. Big smile, club scarf, camera flashes everywhere. Football fans lose their minds. This changes everything. Does it? The man hasn't kicked a ball yet. He hasn't trained. He hasn't met his teammates. He hasn't even found the dressing room. But somehow, he's already the missing piece. Then the predictions begin. 30 goals this season. League title confirmed. Champions League, here we come. Easy. The season hasn't even started. And football has a funny habit of humbling everyone. Sometimes the superstar signing struggles. Sometimes the cheap backup becomes the best player on the team. Nobody sees it coming. Yet every transfer window, football fans act like the future has already been written. One photo, one handshake, one shirt, held in the air. And suddenly millions of people are convinced they already know how the next 10 months will end. That's the magic of the transfer window. Hope is always signed before the player ever is. And then, the transfer doesn't happen. This is where football fans become Oscar-worthy actors. 1 minute they're counting down to the announcement. The next minute, the player was never that good anyway. Wait, weren't you the same person making jersey edits with his name on the back? Now suddenly he's overrated. Football fans have mastered the art of pretending they never cared. He only wanted money. He doesn't fit our system. We've got better players already. Interesting. Because 3 days ago you were refreshing your phone every 30 seconds hoping he'd sign. Then the player joins your biggest rival. That's when the real drama begins. He's a traitor. A traitor. The man accepted a job offer. That's all. But somehow football fans take transfers personally. It's like your best friend moved to another neighborhood without asking permission. And here's the funniest part. 6 months later, the same fans who called him overrated are secretly checking his stats every weekend just to make sure they were right. Because football fans don't just follow their own players. They follow the ones that got away. And after all the chaos, after the rumors, the fake screenshots, the flight tracking, the jersey edits, and the endless "here we go" posts, the transfer window finally closes. You'd think football fans would relax. Not a chance. Now they immediately start ranking every club's transfer window. We've won the window. Won what? There isn't even a trophy for it. Some clubs celebrate signing 5 players. Others celebrate not signing anyone because they saved money. Some fans are convinced their season is already over before a single ball has been kicked. Others are planning an open-top bus parade because they signed a left back. Football fans judge an entire season before August is even over. And somehow, the transfer window never learns. Every single year, the same rumors return. The same fake insiders appear. The same airport photos go viral. The same fans say, "This time, I'm not believing anything." Then, 5 minutes later, they're refreshing their phones again. Because football transfers aren't just about buying players, they're about selling hope. And football fans, they're the only people who can fall for the same transfer rumors every summer and still act surprised when it happens again. Next episode. Football fans think every wonder kid is the next Messi. Trust me, this one starts after a teenager scores exactly 1 goal.